What's up, Virgo? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright, guys, so let's see what's going on for you guys. Now, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everything was really awesome for those of you who do celebrate that. But there's going to be a lot of changes, guys, for me starting December on, because I just had a lot going on with a lot of readings. I was really overwhelmed. So I have a complete new system. So if you guys have gotten readings from me before, or if you're interested in getting one, listen to the end, like a minute or two after I finish the reading, and I will explain how the new process will work. But a lot of you will love it, so it's going to be way more organized, just so I can focus more on YouTube readings and just keep up to date with everything, because I have constantly been, drowning in work, so I had to make things more realistic for myself. Okay, guys, so Virgo, let's see what's going on. Now, since I am recording this on the 23rd, because I know a lot of people get upset and they say, Lissette, this is pointless because the month's almost over. It's not pointless, because we're reading from this point on. Okay, so we're going to look at the past before today, present, what you guys are going through, and future, a month to 2 months out, what's going to come in. So let's see what's going on, guys, and let's jump into this. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you guys don't know what that is, just type in what's my rising sign, okay, on astrosofa.com, okay. Or actually, you could just ask Google. Just type that in, and AstroSofa will be the first or second link that pops up. So you guys just have to know where you're from, okay, and what time you were born. Okay, so get that birth certificate out if you need it. So let's see what's up here, guys, and what's going on for my lovely Virgos. All right, guys. So we have past, present, okay, definitely a lot of changes here, and we have the future. So let's talk about this. Now, the energy that we have here is the High Priestess in reverse. So there's a situation here where your soul is sure of something. There's something that your soul knows. But when it comes to that connection between your soul and your mind, there's just not that clear connection. You're trying to turn a blind eye to something. There's something that you know what it truly is, but you don't want to admit it to yourself yet, whether it's, a defense mechanism, or you just not wanting to deal with the situation. We have the Star card in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So for a lot of you, you're definitely losing faith in the situation. Maybe someone's losing faith in you. But if this wasn't something where somebody was cheating or just, being unjust in that way, then it's a situation where someone could have definitely promised something, or they could have seemed like they really wanted to go forward with something, but they just ended up not being reliable. Okay, so let's see how that's going to apply. What's up, Swazers? All right, guys. So going into the past, the first card that we have here is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. All right, so something that you're letting go of. This could be something that you were losing feelings for, or something that you just don't want to start up. Maybe it's something that never even happened. But you have the Sun card here. So for a lot of you, it could be that you let something go and then blessings came in. For others of you, it could be that something was literally revealed. The sun was shining, on information that maybe wasn't available before, where you had to decide to make something, go away. With the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, whatever choice was made here was a choice that was going to bring you balance. You just weren't happy about that choice. But whatever this was, guys, if it wasn't a Capricorn specifically that you were dealing with, then it's just something that could have been very toxic for you, okay? And, let me be clear, when I say toxic with the Devil card, it's not necessarily, someone evil or something really, detrimental in your life. It could be something that, if it is moderated, it could be fine, but if it's too much, then it could be bad. One shot of tequila is okay. If you take 20, we got a problem. One slice of pizza, 2 slices of pizza, even 3 slices of pizza are okay. But if you have 2 pies to yourself, now we have a problem. Okay, and I'm excluding all my heavy-ass bodybuilders who weigh like 400 pounds and lift like 400 pounds, no problem. You guys are exempt from this because y'all can eat like crazy. But other than that, guys, just something that, isn't really healthy for you if you have it in, high dosages. Now, the next card that you guys have for your past, the Empress card in the reverse. All right, so something here that you just weren't going to move forward with. Mike, don't talk to the dog. Don't get excited. It'll pee. Sorry guys, my brother just got here. But with the Empress card in the reverse, like, don't even look at the dog, because she'll pee, she'll get excited. I got my little pup, so she just gets so excited when she sees people. But guys, with the Empress card in the reverse, something that you're either not moving forward with, or something that is just not going to happen. For some of you, maybe it was a pregnancy that you wanted that it didn't go through. For others of you, you know, God forbid, I hope this isn't it, but some of you could have miscarried as well. Why is this Empress card in the reverse here? We have the Death card, so something had to end. There is a big change here, but I mean, the beautiful thing with the Death card is something has to die in order for something new to come in. So definitely a huge change that came in. And you have the Fool card, so you guys let go of something, and at this point you're like, okay, it's time for a whole new start. It's time for a whole new direction. And this is kind of like that naive excitement that we have towards the future. And it's not, I don't want to say naive, because it's not that you were naive about it. It's just when you're so excited about something that you're not thinking about what could go wrong. You're just thinking like, oh crap, this is a new chapter and I'm really excited about this. Okay. But with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, whether this was your energy or someone else's that you were dealing with, maybe even possibly Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but somebody here, like, as this new start is happening, they're being kind of petty, they're being very guarded, they're just in a place where they could be amplifying problems. So that's causing you stability, but you know what it is that you have to do. You know what path you have to take. I just feel for some of you, there was something that you desired, but there's just a lot of negative energy attached to it, where, you know, something just made you unhappy, you know, in all of this. Now, the last card that you guys have for your past is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, you're being very guarded with your money or with yourself, okay? But there's something that you know you have to be very guarded against here. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. So you're having a very difficult time letting something go. And you're just very guarded within yourself. Maybe you lost money out of this too for some of you. Alright, and with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, although you're having a difficult time letting something go, you guys are seeing things clearly now. If your mind was stuck somewhere, if there was any sort of mental blockage or anything you felt trapped in, anything where you just had a blindfold on and you just weren't seeing it for what it truly was, now you are. Now you're moving forward. Now your mind is like, okay, this is what it was, and now we got to move past it. The problem was, I feel like whatever this was, you guys were trying to deny it to yourself a long time, that this is something that just wasn't going to work for you, okay? Now, in your present moment, you're realizing that there's something here. Why is my dog moving so much? I'm sorry, guys. I know you can hear that. But, Storm! Relax, girl. She listens. Wow. Alright, so we have the Six of Wands in the reverse here. So something that you don't feel you were going to move forward with, something that wasn't going to be successful. Okay, so let's see what that is. Page of Cups in the reverse. Either someone that you're not talking to, they're not talking to you, or something's not going to be successful because somebody wasn't being genuine, or an offer that wasn't genuine. And you're realizing, look, it's time for me to be self-sufficient. It's time for me, you know, regardless of if I'm in a relationship or not, if I'm in this friendship or not, that I can stand on my own 2 feet regardless of who's around me, okay? So there's a sense of patience. There has been some sort of seed that you guys have planted. Now it's waiting. What's going to come from this, okay? How am I going, you know, am I going to be able to harvest something good from what I just planted, okay? Now, the next card you guys have, Three of Cups in the reverse, and this is the center of your reading. So this is where all the energies are going to click in. So for some of you, a third-party situation in love. All right, someone being confused between 2 lovers, maybe 2 people being confused between 2 lovers. So it could just be any third-party situation in regards to that. But with the Three of Cups in the reverse, this could also be a social group of people that you have to remove yourself from. Maybe a group of co-workers that you used to hang out with at work that you have to move yourself away from. This could also be the opposite of going out, socializing, celebrating. You're just like, you know what? It's time to get into my Virgo hermit mode and just not be part of this week, or, you know, for the next month or so. So for some of you, third-party situation. For others of you, just people that need to be dropped, whether it's friends, family, co-workers. For others of you, you know, saying, you know what, I pass, I'm not going out tonight, I need to stay home and just work on me, okay, or just binge watch Netflix. So let's see what this is about. If any of you guys are staying home and binge watching Netflix, watch the movie Newness. I just saw it and I love it. It's such a great movie. It teaches a lot of lessons. But back to where we are. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So guys, whatever this is, whatever it is that you have to move away from, or that's just not being healthy for you right now, you guys are realizing you just don't want to put effort in this anymore. It's just something that's not going to work. All right, and we have the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, for some of you, it could have been a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. For others of you, I feel like you're just taking on the energy of the King of Swords. This is someone that when they decide that something is not working for them, you're not going to penetrate their whole, aura environment. Like, there's just no way, because they're really going to build a wall up and, really just protect themselves from something that's not going to push them forward. So I feel like you guys are just focusing, and there's certain things in your life that you have to drop. And now you're in a place where I feel like you've realized what you have to drop. But your heart, your emotions towards this hasn't caught up to what you need to do. For most of you, okay? Some of you can already be well on your way with getting rid of this. So the last card you guys have for your future moment is the Chariot. So something's not working. You have to fall away from it. But with you falling away from this, your life takes off. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. So this is something really taking off. You having really, you're in the driver's seat of where it is that you're going. For some of you, this is going to be you moving house, you moving your job, maybe moving out of town. This could be traveling as well, or just something that happens very, very fast, but you're in control. Look, at the bottom, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So all of this, guys, there's a bigger story to all of this. This is just something small within something huge that the universe is trying to set you up with. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you have to allow this to move away and to, shift away. And I forgot to tell you guys. Now, it started November 16th or 17th, but up until December 6th, for those viewing this before December 6th, we're in a Mercury retrograde right now. So what that means is, in regards to technology, things like that, things are going to be a little wacky. I don't know if you guys have been having trouble posting things, sending, certain texts, and, posting stuff on like Instagram, things like that. But that's going to be a little rocky. So you guys, if you're working on anything important, make sure to keep saving it, backing it up. But really, a lot of the stuff that it does is that it's going to bring out certain shadow elements that we have to look at. What relationships aren't good for us right now. You guys will probably notice that some exes have been hitting you up. Okay, people from your past that you let go of are hitting you up. Around this time, until after December 6th, guys, it's not going to be a good time for you to get into anything new with something from your past. All right, it's usually more of a time for closure. But if you are looking to go in a new direction with someone from your past, at least wait till December 6th. Okay, after that, go for it. Do what you got to do. But yeah, you're going to have control of the direction that you're going in. So just keep in mind, astrologically, what's happening right now. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. That just dropped. And the Nine of Wands. So there's something that's taking off very quickly, but you guys still have the energy of something you haven't let go of. Guys, whatever this shit is going to slow you down. All right, it's going to slow you down, and I'm going to tell you that right now. You have a new beginning that's coming in, but it's like, even though you have to move away from something, it's still like, okay, well, let me just stand my ground with this and try to deal with this for another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just see if anything's going to change. I don't see it changing, okay? I see a lot of reckless energy here. If this is within love, a lot of player energy. If this is just anything else, there's just someone really unreliable. And it could be you that's unreliable. So you have to really be honest with yourself. Be able to look in the mirror and say, what am I putting out in this world? Okay, because whatever it is that you're putting out, it's going to come back to you. If you have the energy of a person that's unstable around you, whether it's a co-worker, a boss, a lover, whoever it is, that shit's going to seep into every part of your life. Okay, people think that they can control things and compartmentalize, their lives and things that happens. But the truth is, when you have a shitty person in your life, or if you are the shitty person, that's going to seep into everything. It's going to affect your work. It's going to affect your friendships. It's going to affect your family time. It's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect everything. So do you want the sort of poison in your life, or do you want to keep putting out the sort of poison, in your life? So y'all got to be real with yourselves. Now, moving forward, guys, you have the Knight of Cups. So it could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy that is very, adamant in your life. But this could also be something that you're going towards where you're going to really have this whole charismatic aura, this naturally likable aura. Okay, let's see why this is here. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, so some sort of secret that could come out, and this could be something involving a water sign. And we have the Two of Wands. whatever secret this is, it's something that makes you focus, but I feel like you guys are really withdrawing yourself. Here's your card here. So in the future, there's a lot you have to let go of, but I feel like you're going to take that time so that your soul and your heart can be on the same page, because our souls knows things, you know, way before our heart is willing to admit it. So in the future, that's really what's happening from what I see here. You guys are taking time to establish, what do I feel? You know, do I still want to keep going forward? What impact does this have on me? And is this something that I should move forward with? Okay, so you're going to take that time to ask yourself these existential questions, to ask yourself, you know, empirically, what's the best way to move forward? So you really got to think about that, okay? Now, the next card you guys have is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. If this isn't you guys overspending or not being as strong as you're used to being in regards to money, then there's something here that you're not even that genuinely invested in. Okay, so this could be something that now you're sticking around with, but you know your heart's not there 100%. All right, you don't want to live life like that, because you're setting the precedent to everything new that comes in. How many times do we find ourselves playing it safe in relationships or staying with friends that we don't even like anymore, but we're afraid to be lonely? Whatever it is that you guys accept in your life is what's going to stay in your life, and that's what you're attracting in your life. So if you're sitting here fantasizing about this perfect partner, but you have a fucking couch potato at home who's not doing shit, remember, that's how the world is viewing you. That's what the world is saying. Okay, well, this person is okay with that because they're allowing it. All right, so not only do you have to be what it is that you want, but you will also have to show it is what you want. Don't get lonely and just have someone up in your house. Doesn't matter who they are to you. Don't just have people up in your space just to take up space for that time so that you feel that little sense of feeling better in that moment. You guys have to think long term. What's going to suit you and what do you have to kick out of your life? And, you know, this is how I've been just in the past with love and friendships and all of that. And I spoke about this recently on Instagram, High Vibrations 44, if you guys are interested. But I was talking about this recently, that in the past year, it was like a purge in my life. I dropped so many people. I dropped, you know, just lovers and stuff from the past that just weren't working out for me, that I knew it wasn't suiting me. And because all of this happened, guys, and because I said, okay, I'm fine if I'm alone for months, I'm fine if I don't have people come over for a long time, everything just fell into place. I have such a strong circle of friends, and I'm like, where did you all come from? But it's because I set that standard, you know, and it's going to be the same way in regards to love and all of that. Even with family, guys, setting boundaries. You know, we grow up, you know, or sometimes we're raised in particular ways where we feel guilty if we want to take a certain path in life, or if we want to do something in life. And it's just like, guys, this all happened within like a month, where I'm just like, look, I know what I want and I know what I have to do, and I'm not going to let people let me feel guilty anymore for it. If I want to move somewhere, I'm going to move somewhere. If I want to do this project, I'm going to do this project. If I want to go to Egypt tomorrow, I'm going to Egypt tomorrow. I'm going to do what I want. Okay, so you guys really have to get to that place, because with the King of Pentacles in reverse, what are you allowing here that you're not even excited about it anymore? You know, it's not even something you truly care to be with, and it's just not conducive to your life. All right, you're able to build, you're able to move past this, but whatever that is, you guys have to let it go. This isn't going to work. All right, so the last card we have is the Ten of Swords. For some of you, that can directly be pointing at a betrayal, but I don't feel like for all of you it's going to be a betrayal. I feel like there's just something that really is just going to end abruptly, or and maybe in a way that it seems harsh. But there's definitely an ending here, okay? 10 is a number of completion. So it might not end in the prettiest way possible, but it's ending, okay? Two of Cups in reverse. So you guys are releasing someone or something, and you're just having a very difficult time deciding. You're between a rock and a hard place. But guys, this reading is clear that you guys are going to get to a much better place, okay? You just have to allow yourself. And you have to have faith, because sometimes we're afraid to let things go because we don't know what's going to come in. But how can anything new come in? You know, there's certain people that they'll get readings from me and things like that, and they'll say, you know, I just want good love. I'm still stuck up on this person. And I'm just like, well, that's where you need to focus. You need to focus on the release, because even if technically, guys, you're single, or I'm just using relationships as, you know, an example, but technically, even if you're single, like, you're able to date whoever you want, but your heart, your soul, your mind is all occupied on somebody else. When you go out, people will naturally pick up that you are taken. Okay, I had this one situation where there's someone I had a crush on for years, and there was a good year that I was just like single, I was just like doing my own thing, and then years later they tell me, that you know how much I was interested in you? And I'm like, no fucking shit. You know, excuse my French, but I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Like, you know, maybe this could have been something. And they're like, chick, I thought you were in a relationship. They're like, you were always so guarded. And it's because I was dealing with a very heavy heartbreak. I was dealing with something very heavy at the time, but they would have been a nice escape from that. Okay, so just things you have to keep in mind. What is it that you want, and are you putting out energy to attract that? All right, this is all about energies. It's all about chemicals in our body that is going to attract that person that's supposed to be there for us. All right, love is all about chemistry. So I'm going to give you guys some cards of advice, and then stick around for a minute after that so I can explain, you know, this new system, how to get a reading from me. But again, guys, on my Instagram, High Vibrations 44, I post daily energies every day. So if you like my stuff, you'll see me pull cards all the time. A lot of you say it resonates heavily, so I love that. And you guys can also get questions there. If you need anything, that's $50 a question. I'll send you a video response within a few days at most, but I try to get to it same day or the next day, okay? So what advice do we have here for the sign of Virgo? What are y'all going through right now? And how should you proceed? Okay, let's get this card here. So you guys have an extra card. We have the Magician in the reverse, which is you not manifesting something anymore, or something where there's just going to be a very manipulative energy around, whether it's coming from you or somebody else. The Queen of Cups flipped out as well. Okay, so could be something important that's happening with the Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you guys have very strong air energy as well. But I feel with this Queen of Swords, it's more of a resistive energy that you or somebody has against you. Okay, so guys, yeah, there's something that you have to be guarded towards. All right, something that you should not be manifesting. I don't even have to clarify, this is so clear. Something that you're not going to want to manifest anymore, whether it's manipulation or just something that's not good for you, something that you shouldn't put effort into manifesting at all. So for some of you, it's going to be difficult to move away, but something has to be cut out. Okay, so something's just not going to work for you. And with you cutting this out, you're thinking very clearly. But, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, you guys have gone above and beyond for this. It's something that you've put a lot of time into, a lot of effort into. And at this point, it's like you're kind of petty towards it. And maybe you're being petty towards this person, this co-worker, this ex-friend, whatever it is. Because it's just like, shit, I did so much for this. And I lost a lot and I sacrificed a lot, but I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get, you know, what I felt I deserved. So guys, it's, you know, I see a huge change coming in. Just don't be afraid to release what you need to release. Okay, it's going to work in your favor. You just have to let it go. When things like this happen, focus on what it is that you guys can control as opposed to what's out of your control. Okay, you can cry, you can kick, you can scream, and that's okay if you do it for 5 minutes just to, you know, release whatever tension you have built inside of you. But then you have to think in a proactive way. How can I get a better life? How can I get better things for myself in the future? What do I need to do to attract that? All right, so start thinking in that way. Now, guys, I'm very happy to say that I'm changing my entire booking system. For those of you who have gotten readings from me before, you know that it was just kind of like buy it and then I'll get to it within a certain time frame. Don't go by the calendar. But it was just too overwhelming, guys. I was doing like 200 readings a week, and I had no time for anything else. There was just too much going on. So I am limiting my readings, guys. I will only be doing 3 readings a day from Monday to Friday. It's going to be 30-minute slots. Now, when you go on my website, which is in the link is in the description to this video, but when you guys go on my website, you guys can order your reading. It's going to show you what day you're going to get it. So this time, yes, you can go by the calendar. The only thing I'm asking is, let's say, because there's going to be a 2 o'clock slot, a 2:30 slot, or a 3 o'clock slot. So choose whichever is available. You might not get it at 2 o'clock on the dot if you choose 2, but you'll get it that day, okay? But that's just for me to limit how many readings I'm doing a day. If you guys do have something very dire happening, there's no, you know, spots available, then I do offer 30-minute emergencies and 1-hour emergencies. Now, for the standard 30-minute reading, you are going to get a pre-recorded video that you can watch over and over and over again. If you do get an emergency reading, either you can do it, you know, with the pre-recorded video, but you will also have the option to either speak to me through Skype, phone call, or whatchamacallit, I'm like losing my train of thought. So if you could get it pre-recorded, or we could do Skype or phone, okay? So we can do it easily like that, but you guys will have that choice. And it's just going to be better for me, because to be honest, guys, like even yesterday, which was Thanksgiving, I was so anxious with all the work I had to do that I didn't even go out. Like, I had a friend call me at like 8, 9, and she's like, are you crazy? Like, come have some turkey. What is your problem? You should not be working today. So I just don't want that stuff to happen. I want to be very realistic. And, you know, in the past, if something ever happened, like I went through something very heavy a month or two ago, and I just didn't feel like I had the time to heal from it. And I just felt like so many people weren't understanding, but at the same time, you know, I understand that this is a business, so I'm making it much easier for myself, guys. So I'm really cutting back so I can focus more on YouTube. I can focus more on family. I can focus more on other things I want to get into and dabble in. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support, guys. For those of you that recommend me to friends, for those who get personal readings, for those who like, for those of you that subscribe, thank you so much. And, you know, this has been such a learning process, and it's really just humbled me so much. Just how much I've grown, just, you know, with having this channel. And I thank you guys so much for being so transparent with me, and for allowing me to get into your lives and allowing me to help you, especially, you know, if you're getting personal readings. That means the world to me. And just seeing, you know, the world through all of your views is just a very beautiful and humbling experience. And I thank you guys so much for being there, okay? So I love you guys. Anything you guys need, feel free to hit me up. All of my links are in the description. I do offer questions that I answer as well, so you can go through Instagram, which I definitely recommend, okay? Because that's where I'll get to it quickly, or you can go through my website. So $15, you guys could ask me anything that you want. I usually get back to you within a day or two with that response, but I'm asking for at least a 5-day grace period, just in case I'm traveling or doing something, because I'm always on the go, okay? I love y'all. Take care.